Good evening, good morning, good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Rana. Let's get into this. Now, hi guys, how are you doing? Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I hope all is well. I am especially grateful for my mom. I spoke to her earlier. I want to first say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms, all the grandmas, the aunties, the sisters, the cousins, the nieces, the neighbors, everybody, the social workers, the teachers, the nurses, the doctors, the best friends. The list goes on and on. You know, that love and nurturing and care is needed and it is seen and it is appreciated. Especially when it's genuine, right? So yesterday I didn't record. I was actually led not to record, so I was pretty much just resting, right? And then today I was gonna get back into the zodiac signs, and then I asked, I'm like, okay, let me talk to the Most High and let me ask him. I wanted to ask him what are we going to be talking about on the podcast? And he's like, rest. And I'm like, again, don't record. And I think he was saying, like, go ahead, talk about resting, like the importance of rest. So maybe yesterday that's what he wanted me to talk about, and I rested instead of actually talking about resting. But that rest was needed, so I'm assuming he didn't want me to record yesterday, right? But I just wanted to basically spread this message because I think it is important. Rest in peace, Mr. Dick Gregory always talked about how we were under the impression that the main cause of death was cancer, when in fact it was sleep deprivation. And I actually believe that, because between taking care of home, trying to make money, doing whatever extra things it is you have going on to, reach your goals or fulfill, your whatever your pursuit is, to your happiness, we don't sleep. So, and especially now with like time itself being so fast and it's moving so fast, it's really important, to get your rest. Is detrimental to your health. If you don't get the right amount of sleep, you can't function well, right? You can't respond well. It'll make you gain weight. It'll make you sick. So I think it's really important that we remember that resting is a part of the healing process. Actually, when you sleep, you can sleep yourself into wellness. A lot of people don't know that, but you can heal your body, if you set your intentions, if you're in the right environment, and of course, if you are praying, preferably fasting, resting, do wonders, right, for the DNA. It allows genetic upgrades. Now, I know that resting is important for the body, but rest is not just for your body, it's also for your spirit, right? So I think that that's the thing with a lot of people. When they think of rest, they're like, okay, let me take a nap, I need to lay down. But really, resting your spirit is connected to your body and vice versa, but it's still two different things. To be at rest and to rest in your spirit is to lean on God and stop worrying and just simply be at peace. That's what resting in your spirit means. Don't overwork your thoughts and your emotions and, your worries. You have to really learn how to just simply rely on God. And I know, if you're not anchored with faith or a relationship, at least with the Most High, or at least some level of familiarity, you won't be able to simply just say, okay, I'm going to rest. It's something that you have to exercise. So my thing would be to practice. If you don't have a relationship with God, if you don't know how faith works, ask internally. You can write it down or say it aloud. Do it 2 times. Write something and say it aloud, and then also internalize something. Like, think something, want something really, really bad, and really believe that if you ask God for it, if it's something good for you, He'll give it to you. And that's how you can test, if you're having issues believing or having faith, that's a good way to start gauging, and really just having the rapport with the Most High, praying, fasting, drinking your water, being good to other people, being a humanitarian doesn't really cost anything, and helping an old lady across the street, helping an old lady with her grocery bags, giving the homeless person $1 or $2. It's all about the greater good ultimately, right? So rest. Get your rest. Sleep good. Drink some water. Eat some fruit and some vegetables. Try to lay off of anything white or like cheesy, and really work on resting on God, having faith, having that belief that things are going to be okay. And if you have a covenant or a relationship with the Most High, you have to understand that warfare at this time is out of control. It's going to be crazy. You're going to be under attack. People are going to come at you. And sometimes people don't even know that they're under demonic possession. So you have to just pray and fast and ask for discernment, and ask for the Most High to continue to bless you and show you what it is that you need to be looking at. At this point, I think it's really important for us to just start paying attention to the things that can distract us from resting. I mean, if it's not work or your children or like you furthering your education or something, it's not really worth it. And even then, you need to find a good way to balance and get rest, because rest is detrimental to your health. You don't want to make yourself sick. And then, like I said, there are physical reasons, why you automatically need to be resting. But spiritually, it makes it harder for you to communicate with the angels and Most High and to receive messages. And it makes it really, really easy for warfare to creep in on you. Now, when you are battling in the spirit, you have to learn how to have the stamina to stay awake and, really keep yourself going. And sometimes that's pretty hard, especially when you have to balance out the physical and the spiritual lifestyle, right? Sometimes it can be overwhelming. So, it's important to prioritize, all of the things that are concerning your health. I know that a lot of the times I've been tired, a lot of things. I'm already like all over the place, but I've actually hallucinated before when I didn't sleep. And that is not good when you are already going through warfare. So sleep is important. Rest is important. Sleep and rest, because rest and sleep is not the same thing. Resting is you taking a vacation, relaxing, enjoying life, putting your feet up, not worrying about, your regular everyday tasks, and just resting, not doing anything, even if that means staying in the bed all day or just turning on the TV or music or writing or painting or whatever is therapeutic for you, and just resting and not really worrying yourself with anything for the day. Especially like those intrusive thoughts and behaviors. It's really important to take care of yourself, especially when you're in the height of warfare. I cannot stress that enough, because this is where you can hallucinate. This is where your dream starts to become distorted and affected. This is where your reaction times are slower. This is where you yourself, it's harder to learn and perceive and take in information. And this is, if you think about it, these are all things that can relate to the physical and the spiritual world. Being able to bring in information and communicate, being able to respond, being able to understand, being able to act. So rest and sleep is important. Being able to rest on the Most High and not worrying yourself, especially with things that are beyond your control, is also detrimental to your health, your mental health, as well as your spiritual health. So it's really important. A lot of people think they need 8 hours. They say adults need anywhere from 7 to 9. Older adults need less than that, and younger children need a little more than that. But from a little more research, I found out that however many hours you are awake, you need half of that in rest to fully recharge your battery. And you don't want to overcompensate. I don't know if you know, but sleeping too much, you can overcharge your battery. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but sometimes you can sleep too much and then you wake up and you're like, wait, I slept all of that time and I'm still tired. It's because you slept too much, right? So that's the thing too. So it's always about balance and just taking care of yourself and knowing what is good for you. Like I said, anything that is stopping you from getting adequate, proper amounts of rest and or sleep has to be re-examined. You have to learn how to prioritize your health, and getting good rest and sleep is a part of taking care of yourself, right? Not just working out, not just looking good, but feeling good. And a part of feeling good is whole and healthy. And one of the ways to be happy and whole and healthy is to rest, right? You have to take care of yourself. So I think it's really important. And I'm actually happy that the Most High told me to talk about this, because I too struggle with, dealing with rest. Not that I can't sleep or not that I don't sleep, but my hours are all over the place, and sometimes it can make me tired. And he's like, no, you have to go to sleep. And I'm like, okay, but I don't want to be up, too early or too late, and then I'm going to be tired when I'm at work, or I'm tired, or, when I should not be. And a lot of that has to do with the warfare. He's waking me up during certain hours so I can get up and pray. I know that's a lot of the time when those candles are being lit and those seances are going. And a lot of the time he's waking me up at odd hours to pray, to combat. So, or sometimes I'm just awake because he